Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about Sydney Sweeney and her ad that she has with American Eagle that just came out a couple days ago. Um, we're gonna go over whether it was clever marketing or if it was like a calculated risk. One of the many ways to go viral is to create content where half of the people that view it will love it and the other half will hate it. The reason for that is because everyone that sees it that loves it will comment, "Oh my gosh, this is so awesome! I love this," and share it with all their friends that they also know would love it. And then you have the other half of people that are like, "I hate this," and they comment, "This is awful, take this down." Um, and then they share it with all their friends that they know are gonna hate it, and then it just kind of the cycle repeats there. American Eagle's kind of target market is going to be Gen Z. The reason why I say that is because they've always kind of been with fashion trends and have been in the stylish role of things, which is how young people like to be. They're not going to go for the generation below Gen Z just because they're too young to kind of make their own decisions on things. So they have to be targeting parents and adults. But Gen Z is old enough to kind of make decisions on what they want to wear. They also tend to be super aware of like trends and stuff. So one thing they did a couple years ago was do a TikTok campaign with Catherine Lee. She's a singer, and so they did like a back to school campaign with her, and that's but I know for sure. First, I'm gonna go over the repetition of voiceover and the words that appear on screen. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. That's kind of meant to be kind of like a pun on whether it's like genes like the clothing item or genes as in the inheritable traits that pass down. It's kind of like those songs that kind of get stuck in your head when brands play them over and over in ads and stuff to get them stuck in your head. But this is going to be something like that, but without the music behind it. I also think they kind of know what they were doing with this ad. The reason why I say that is she says that genes are passed down from generation and says that while looking into the camera. But then after she said that, then she kind of turns away and like smiles a little bit as if she knows what she's doing. There's been a lot of controversy online on whether that was something that she should have said and whether it's kind of like Nazi propaganda and stuff like that. I believe that she's kind of like rage baiting, per se, by saying that and getting people to talk about it. So I do believe that the team behind this ad kind of knew what they were doing with this and what the outcome would be. Bringing over the reception of the ad, there have been tons of reactions on TikTok and Instagram. So as I was saying, many of them are praising it for it being clever, meme worthy, and even self-aware. So like they kind of knew what they were doing in the sense. Many other people have been criticizing it for it being tone deaf and then also kind of praising whitewashed beauty standards. And I feel like all this kind of relates back to the popular saying, people give words power. And I believe that the marketing team knew this going into this, and so they were kind of already preparing for flash like this and expecting it to just go crazy viral and everybody start talking about it. Going off the reception, I believe that the reason why they were kind of doing this, and this is kind of like me just thinking ahead in the future, is that they could have like a plan this entire time. They're going to use other very popular influencers and kind of do the same like thing with them as they did with Sydney Sweeney, but the reason why they chose Sydney Sweeney first was to get like the traction attention. And I heard another creator's opinion on this. They're thinking that they might bring out like Zendaya or something, and I think that would be super cool. It would kind of look though that they're trying to kind of cover up the PR and like cover their hinds for this to make sure that they're not in any trouble or anything with the brand. I believe though that could easily be like in the plan that they have for this, and the reason why they start off with Sydney Sweeney was to gain the traction, get people into it. So now going over the outcomes of this current marketing ad, one of the big outcomes was a surge in the stock price. It was very short term, but at its peak, it did get up to 18%. market value of the company rose by more than $200 million. And then also from this ad campaign, it gained like a lot of traction and visibility nationwide, and then even internationally. There's a lot of people worldwide talking about this and just kind of giving in their opinions on it. Okay, guys, that's my breakdown of the Sydney Sweeney ad. I think it could be very beneficial short term. It obviously has. Long term though, we're gonna have to wait and see what's going on with that. And thank y'all for watching today.